What is up, guys? Welcome to this episode of Intramural Madness. You're here with Lexi Brown. I'm going to be keeping you updated on all the intramurals that go on this year. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what went down about the flag football season this year. We had a pretty good turnout for both the men's league and co-ed league this year. It was a pretty good season. People really get into it. Intramurals are probably one of my favorite things here at school because they're just one of my stress relievers. And honestly, I'm all about free t-shirts. So what's better than winning a free t-shirt by playing sports that you love, man? It's one of my favorite things to do. So recently, yesterday, Wednesday the 2nd, the co-ed championship and the men's championship went down. And it was a fight to the end. For the co-ed, the final teams were my team, Team Lexi, and Team T-Shirt Time. Honestly, throughout this whole season, it has been a pretty big fight. It's always been pretty intense between the games. We've always been going head-to-head, and if any of you have ever watched an intramural game or played an intramural game, you know that people don't play around. They take it like it is a D1 game. It's a championship every time. I don't know what it is, but we love our t-shirts. Honestly, I don't even think we play for fun. We play for bragging rights and the t-shirts. That's really what I truly believe. But anyways, so yesterday the game started at 5 o'clock on the intramural field, and it started off pretty close. Right off the bat, Team T-Shirt Time got a touchdown, throwing it to Kimmy, and she scored on the first play. And when it comes to the co-ed teams, if a girl scores, it's double points. So we're always trying to go for the girls because you get more points and it can really shoot the score all the way up. So right off the bat, T-Shirt Time scores, starting off the game 14-0 already. So in regular football, that would just be 2 regular touchdowns. But for co-ed, that was just 1 simple touchdown. And extra points are 2 points each, but if a girl scores, then it's 4 points. So that's really how the scoring goes for intramural flag football. But yeah, right off the bat, they score, and we're already like, it's a tight game, man. What is going on? Because we never let them score, honestly. Throughout the whole season, we pretty much dominated this team the whole time, man. And then, of course, on the championship, right off the bat, they score like that, which is unexpected. But then we get the ball. It's first down, beginning of the end zone, and we're just making some small plays. We're not trying to rush anything, and we're just really doing our best to get upfield, and we're really trying to score with our girls as well since they have already gotten one. We had to work really hard because they were tight on defense, and they honestly were really playing tight D on me, so it was honestly hard for me to get open and things like that. But we ended up scoring, and then I think we scored with a guy, so it was 6-14, still first half, about like 15 minutes left. And then we didn't get the extra point conversion, but it happens. Then Team T-Shirt Time gets the ball back, and they're moving down the field like they have been, pushing it. They're very fast-paced, a lot faster paced than they had been in the beginning games that we had, and it was pretty crazy. So we had to start tightening up our defense. Team Lexi had to start getting on it, and it was crazy. So then we started just pushing up our defense, and once we got our defense together, then we made it a lot harder. They could not get any plays, they didn't get anywhere, and Jeremiah Font ended up getting an interception and running it all the way back, which is what we needed to kind of get back on the scoreboard. So it ended up being a pretty close, even game. We were up by 2 almost towards the end of the first half, and then the second half is when it got crazy because we were really fighting and pushing everything. And honestly, intramurals, everyone always has a problem, man. Let me tell you, you accidentally touch somebody, they're yelling at the refs like, oh, that's not fair, they can't do that, she can't do that. Or, if your flags take a little bit to come off because they're tied really tight around you, people are like, no, they're cheating, they got it tied around them. It's crazy. I mean, it's so deep to people, and I honestly can't be a hypocrite because I'm actually one of those people. But, all's fair in game in t-shirts and intramurals, man. That's why I'm calling it Intramural Madness here. But anyways, towards the second half, started off real intense. We worked a lot harder, and we started being smart after kind of messing up and slacking on defense a little bit. We started picking up the pace, making really good plays, and it was really good. And towards the end, I think Team T-shirt time definitely felt the pressure coming from us because we were giving up too much on them, and we shouldn't have, but we ended up coming back. And towards the end, the score, we were just killing them. We were getting it to our girls. Several of our girls scored. We were just bumping up our score, so where they just had to really work hard to even catch up. If they even wanted to catch up, they had to go girl and get a girl to score so they could get those double points. But we put heavy pressure on them, and we just wouldn't allow it. And in the last final few minutes of the game, we threw an interception, and they ran it almost all the way back. And the score was pretty close at that time, and it was very stressful. I mean, my anxiety was just going through the roof because I was like, man, it's a championship game. We're so close to the T-shirt, and now we're just slacking. So you can imagine the stress we were going through. But then, luckily, we stayed tight on our D, and we held it so they had to go for the fourth down, and they didn't get it. So then we finally got the ball back. And then we ran it up the field again, got the points, and it was pretty much game almost over. We had about, I don't know, like a minute left in the final half. We were up. If there was any chance of them winning, they needed to get an interception, and it had to have been by a girl if they wanted any chance of catching up. So last play, we're just wasting time, and one of the players on my team, Taylor, she just goes far downfield. We were like, we pretty much got this one in the bag, so we're just going to have fun on this last play, waste some time, have fun now, now that the stress is kind of over. So Taylor just runs downfield, not even thinking that it's going to be a big deal, and Austin chucks the ball all the way deep downfield, and she's wide open. Nobody thinks. She catches it, and she runs all the way towards the end zone, getting a touchdown on the very final plays of the Intramural Championship for co-ed. And that was pretty much game. It was a good game. Everybody was really good at the end. There was no fights, no problems or anything like that, even though during the whole game there was constant bickering and fighting about the rules and this and that and the plays and the refs calling bad calls, but it was pretty good for the most part. And then for the men's league, it was the Bel Air boys versus, their actual name is Team Undecided. So no joke, it's not because they couldn't figure out a name. Their team name was Team Undecided. These teams were pretty much the only ones kind of dominating the entire men's league. Pretty much the Bel Air boys running it and Team Undecided running it. So there was really no question at who was going to go in the championship. This game was pretty honestly, it was fast-paced because the team just kept scoring touchdown after touchdown. No big fancy plays or anything, just small, simple passes that pretty much consisted of the entire game, so it was very chill. But at the end of the day, the Bel Air boys took it. Towards the end, they started really bringing the heat with their offense, really starting to razzle-dazzle at the end. Fawn making some great catches and great defensive plays, Omar putting pressure on the quarterback and pulling the flag, so towards the end, we really saw the Bel Air boys pull away with the win. There was really no chance of Team Undecided coming back. So, other than that, I'd say flag football season for intramurals this year was a success. We had a really good turnout, and it was really awesome. I look forward to next season, hoping there will be even more co-ed teams. That way, the competition can be a lot more heavier and a lot more happening. So stay tuned for the next episodes of Intramural Madness coming up. I'll be covering the dodgeball tournament, indoor volleyball, and definitely stick around for basketball. That's always one of the biggest intramurals that go down. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to Intramural Madness with Lexi Brown. I'll catch you guys on the next one.